Dear moderator, now it is time to start the event. I request to the moderator, please start the event now.
Okay, sir. I am pleased to welcome all the participants and our honorable speakers to join this one-day training workshop on Microsoft Excel. We are delighted to have you all here. Let's begin with today's section. Firstly, I would like to invite our speakers, Dr. Shalu Gupta ma'am. Dr. Shalu Gupta ma'am is working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science at Baba Frid College, Bathinda. She received her PhD degree at Department of Computer Science, Assam, Don Bosco University. She has more than 5 years experience in teaching and 3 years experience in industry as a software programmer. She worked on various projects as a team leader. She holds a Masters of Technology degree in Computer Science and Engineering from Lovely Professional University, Pagwaya. And I will like to request Dr. Shalu ma'am to to come to receive the mic and teach our participants.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Shalgupta and working as an assistant professor in Baba Frid College, as Sir said to me. I'm really thankful to MATEC for inviting me to this wonderful training workshop on Microsoft Excel. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Shalgupta and working as an assistant professor in Baba Frid College, as Sir said to me. I'm really thankful to MATEC. Please mute yourself if anyone is unmute. Thank you so much. Now we would like to share the screen. Please allow me to share the screen.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Please allow me to share the screen. I'm not able to allow. Now my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, now you can share the screen.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Yes, ma'am, now you can share the screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not able to share the screen. Please re-allow me.
Ma'am, now you are a host and you can share.
Okay, okay, just a minute. Share button is disabled. My screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay.
You can use the shortcut key Alt plus S. Ma'am, by pressing Alt plus S, you can share the screen.
Sir, I press that button, Alt plus S, but I think I rejoined the window.
Yes,
Just 1 minute. Okay.
rejoin the meeting.
Okay.
Not yet, ma'am.
So now allow me to share the screen.
You are already host and you can share.
So now allow me to share the screen.
Please share now. You are already host and you can share. Please share now.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Sir, please allow me to share the screen.
Ma'am, you are host and also, okay, I appoint you host. Yes, ma'am, you are host now.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible also.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Ma'am, you are host and also, okay, I appoint you host.
Now screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is fine. Yes, ma'am, you
Okay.
are host.
Dear participants, today we are going to discuss about Excel, Microsoft Excel. What are the various features of Excel? Please make it an interactive session. All of you, I think, know about the basics of Excel. Then we can go further. Let me know, please, why we use Excel. Am I audible, participants?
Ma'am, we're using Excel for store our data.
Yes, in the form of tables. We can also use MS Word for storing the data in the form of tables, but we use Excel. Why we use Excel? What is the major difference?
Because Excel helps us to analyze the data in various forms like charts and tables.
Yes, very good, very good. Yes, we can apply charts, we can apply formulas, if else conditions, which is not possible in the MS Word. We have a cell formatting, we have wrapping of the text, a number of things we have in Excel, but not in the MS Word. In MS Word or any other software, we can just draw the table, we can create a table, but we can't apply automatic formulas. Even drag and drop option is also not available. Now, what is this? We are going to just discuss about the basics. What is a cell? Cell is a row and column combination. Here this is a cell and the address of this cell is B3. B3 is B is for your column and 3 is for your row. This is your cell. Here whatever we write down, this is your address bar and this is your formula bar. Here we write down whatever 23 I write down here. 23 is the value of this cell B3. B3 is your cell value. I have taken a little bit table for this. For example, I have a table of student because in this workshop we have a students. That's why I take the example of students, roll number, student name, father's name, date of birth, and marks in different subjects, science, SST, mathematics, all of these. And we will discuss about these all these things. These are the cell formatting. Times New Roman and its size is 8, bold, italic, underline, and this is your border. For the border purpose we can give all borders. Here you can see the dark black lines are there. If I select here, suppose that I select whole table, then there is no border. When I click on this particular area, then we can select the border, all border. If the we give the border to all the rows and columns, then we use all borders. If we want to give the box only bordering or only lines and columns, then we have to use this, but mostly we use all borders. Now, this is your cell formatting alignment. Here we have a top align and left align. Top, center, middle align. We can also say that this is your bottom align of a cell. Suppose that the cell size is, if I increase the cell's size of this, okay, I increase this size. And if I select this is your top. This is your top of the cell. If I select middle, then the data will be represented in the middle and left of the cell, because here we select middle and here we select the text alignment as a left. And here if we click on this center alignment, and center from the center and middle alignment is here. If I write down, click here, then right. These are the various alignments which is not possible in the Word. In the Word, we have a just right, left, and justify, and center alignment is there. But in this, we have a different alignments. And here we can rotate our text clockwise, anti-clockwise, vertical, and rotation up to the text. Suppose that I rotate the text clockwise, then the text will be appear like this. Wrapping of text. Okay, what is the meaning of wrap of text? If anyone have knowledge about that, then let me know. What is wrap of text? What is wrap of text? Suppose that I have a text here, student name, but it's not visible. Just some part of this is visible. Then we can wrap. It makes all the contents visible to us. You can see here. If we wrap the text, suppose that I have a name here, and all these are not possible or visible to us, then I select here wrap of text. Then whole contents of that particular cell will be wrapped and shown or visible to us. That is the wrap of text. Then merging of, is this clear? Wrap of text, wrapping of text. Then merge of and center. If we want to merge two cells, suppose that I have a one cell and another cell is here, and I want to merge both of these cells, then what should I have to do? Okay, it will only display first cell value. Okay, and merge. Two cells are merged into one cell. This is your merging of cell. Here we have also some options. Unmerge of cells. It will unmerge the cells. merging and center. Then we have unmerge of cells if we don't want to do. Then we have a various data types in the Excel journal. This is your journal data type, and this is your date type data type. Because in other languages in computer we have a different data types, like journal text purposes we use journal, and for the purpose of date we want to store. In case of a date, here we have a short date and long date and time. If we want to print the time also, then we can use. Here, this is the format of short date. If we want to print it as a long date, then we have to click like this, and this will be appear like 31st May 2008. Properly, it will be appeared. This is your long format. We can choose any format, whether short format or long format, whatever we want to do that. Participants, if you have any doubt or query, you can ask me. Okay, I am supposing that you have a basic knowledge about Excel. If you want to get an idea about more about Excel in these parts, then you can please ask me. I'm just giving the overview of this tab, then after that we will go for formulas. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going some fast because of I have an idea about that. You have idea about Excel. Okay, then we have some percentage sign. Percentage sign is used for getting the value in the form of percentage. Commas, if we have a financial values, then we have to use commas. Then we can use comma also here. Comma symbol. Conditional formatting. Conditional formatting meaning that suppose that I select this row, this column, and here we have a number of options. Highlight. If you want to highlight the particular result, suppose that greater than, I want to know that who the students who get more than 90% marks, greater than 71.5, I write down here 90%. The cell will be highlighted with a color. We can choose any color. Red border, light red fill. You can see here is a difference. Light red fill with dark red text. Text is your red and background of the text is your light red. Yellow, if I want to fill yellow color, you can see here only within this column we have a 93 is greater than the 90. The color will be different from the others. We can easily identify that is called conditional formatting. If we want to highlight the particular text, if we want to find out the less than, suppose that I select from here the students who have more than 95% marks, 95 marks, sorry, but not a percentage, just marks greater than 95 that are highlighted with green. These students have, okay, we have these values for conditional formatting. Greater than 95% and green, okay, which are fail or less than, then we have to select less than formula. Suppose that less than 50%, less than 50 marks, then we have to firstly select all these rows and columns on which we want to apply that formula. Less than 50, okay, we will get these values. Okay, like this. If we want to find out top 10 items, top 5 items, top 1 item, top just one item, who is the, that is 100, who will get a 100 marks? Gagandeep Singh, and his marks are 100. That will be differentiated. In conditional formatting we have a different formats: greater than, less than, between, equal to, text that contains particular text. Suppose that I have to select whole table. Then I want to know that text contains thing. You can see here we saw Ekam Jot Singh, Maninder Singh, where we have a Singh that will be highlighted. If I write on here Prashar, you can see here, if I am writing PRASH, T I write down, then there is no cell which have a value. That is called format cell that contain the text. It will show that which text will be contained already. A date, if you want to find out the particular date and highlight that date, then we can. If we have to find out the duplicate values, that will be highlighted. Select. You can see these are the duplicate values. Rajneesh Gupta is 2 times, Harjeet Singh is of, Harpreet Singh is of 2 times, 84 is here, and again 84 is here. It will highlight the duplicate values. Then top 10 items. If I want to know about top 1 item or 5 items, 3 items. Suppose that here I select top 10 and I write just first 3 items. You can see 3 items are to be selected here. Data bars. If we want to represent our data according to bars, you know about bars, the data color, the length of the data bar depends upon the value. You can suppose that I use it. You can see here 84. Then 84% of the cell will be colored. If 92%, if there is a zero, then no coloring of that particular text box, that particular cell. If we have 50%, then 50% of the cell is colored with green. If we have a 94%, this is your bar. Data bars are there. We can also color the scales. We can also color the scales here.
كان شكلها أنا أبغى شو رأيك؟ شيء
Is there any query? Or do you want to ask anything? Do you want to ask anything? Okay. This is your conditional formatting, different scales, colors. If we want to color scales, we can give the color scales to these values.
one day
Icon
training
sets, if we
now
want to set the icon, this means that if the marks are greater than the required, then green color. The 50 is 50, 60, up to 65, 70, the color is green, and greater than that, the color is, sorry, up to that yellow color, and greater than that is green color. And below that 50, then the color is red in this case. You can see here. These are the different icon sets available within this. Now, conditional formatting is this, and format as a table. You can select the template for the format for the table. Suppose that I select this. It will be represented like this. We can select any format, whatever format we want. These are the cell style. If we want to change the cell style, we can change. If we want to insert a new cell or insert a sheet row, we can insert from here, and we can use right click also. Insert sheet columns or insert sheet we want to insert. Then we can click on this also. If we want to shift plus F11 is also there for inserting a new sheet. Or we can insert a sheet from here. You can see fifth sheet is inserted here. If we want to delete that sheet, we can delete sheet. Format of the cell. Row height. By default, there is some automatic row height. If we want to increase the height of the row, suppose that here we have a row height and I want to increase it up to 20, then you can see height of the row will be increased and it becomes 20. If I want to auto fit row height, meaning that it will fit according to your text. Then column width. Column width, if you want to define it, suppose that I want to define it 25, then it will be here. And auto fit column width, automatically according to your content, according to your data, it will be fit. Default width, hide and unhide. If you want to hide any row or hide any column, you can use this also. Suppose that I want to hide this data. Hide the rows. Okay, it will be hide. You can see fifth Ananya Gupta is hidden from this data. And if I want to unhide this, unhide rows, that will be appeared. If you want to rename the sheet, this is your sheet name, sheet 2. Now I want to rename it as student information. Then the sheet name becomes your student information. If you want to copy a sheet, move or copy a sheet, student information, I want to create a copy of this. I use create a copy. You can see here, we have a copy of this sheet. The same sheet will be appeared. Why we can also use Control plus C for copying the text, but why we use copy the sheet? Because it will make same as format in the sheet. Suppose that I copy from here, Control C, then I want to put in the new sheet. You can see the format is different. Some alignment is required. Okay, in this. That's why we use copy a sheet. That is the difference between just Control plus C and copying a sheet. Now we have some basic formulas. Suppose that I want to get a total marks. Total marks. Then I have to do equals to. When we use any formula in Excel, then we have to write down equals to, because Excel understands that when we write down equals to, it is a formula. There is some formula used. Suppose that I want to use sum formula, then number 1. Then what is the cell value for 84? What is the cell value for 84? Please let me know. What is the cell address? Cell address of 84?
E2.
E2, yes, you are right. E2. And I want to find out the sum of E2, F2, G2, H2, and I2. Then what should I have to write down? Equals to sum E2. Then what should I have to write down? अभी मैं क्या यूज करूं यहाँ पे?
E2 dash E2 dash I2.
No, we have to use colon for that.
Column,
E2 to
okay,
I2. Then it will show the sum of all these 5 columns, 84, 92, 87, 94, and 93. You can see here. 450. The sum of all these values are 450. Is this clear? Now, if I want to find out the sum of just 2 cells, suppose that I want to find out the sum of G4 and H7. I want to find out the sum of these 2 cells. Then what should I have to write down for that? If I want to find out the sum of these 2 cells, What should I have to write down? If you have no answer, then please let me know. I'll explain that. If we have to find out the sum of these two cells, which are not in the serial form, in the range form, then what should we have to write down? What is the cell address of 72? Cell address of 72 is
G4.
if
G4.
G4. Yes, G4. Okay. Then cell address of 78.
H7.
H7.
H7. Then I have to write down commas. You can see 72 and 78 becomes 150. If we want to find out the reference of a cell and we want to find out the sum of particular cells, then we have to use comma. If I write down here G, and now I want to find out the sum with this also, then what should I have to write down here? What modification we have to make in this formula? We have already G4 and H7. Then what should we have to do for 87? We have to write down
A comma.
this cell address is, yes, G9. The sum of these three values is equal to 237. Yes, is there any query regarding the sum formula? How can we write down?
No questions. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, if we have to subtract, we can directly use it as a H4 plus G4. H4 and G4. What are the values for that? H4 is equals to 84 and G4 is equals to 72. The value for that we can also use directly. There is no need to use some function. We can directly use that also. We have a G4, H7 and G9 equals to G4, H7 and G9. We will get the same answer for that. Even if we want to multiply the values, then we have to write down just equals to H3 into G3 or E3. Then what is the result for that? If I want to multiply H3 into E3, what is the result for that? In H3 we have a value 55 and in E3 we have a value 0. Then 55 multiplied by 0 is equals to 0. The result is 0. We can use any operator. Multiplication, division or plus or minus we can use directly like this. Now if we want to get a minimum value, if I want to get a minimum value from this, minimum from what range? From G2 to G10. If I want to get a minimum value from G2 to G10, I have to write down like this. 50 is the minimum value within this column. We can get that. Minimum value. Minimum and maximum. We can directly use from here also. Min, for min we have to write down like this. And for max we have to write down. Not from here, we can write down here. (92) is the maximum value. The formula for that is equals to max E2 to E10. Maximum value is 92 and minimum values, and we can drag it. The same formula we can drag it. Where we have a plus symbol, we can just move towards this. We can get the, sorry, we have to E2, F2 to F11, minimum value is this. G2 to G11, minimum value is. G2 to G11. H2 to H11. Minimum value from I2 to I10. We will get the value. Same is in the case of maximum. We have to write down like this. Now, we can just drag and drop this method. Just click on this plus sign. We will get the values for that. Is this clear? How can we get the auto sum and all these values we are getting? Okay, now these are your basic formulas. If I want to get a percentage or average marks, percentage, if we have to calculate the percentage, then we can directly calculate from the total marks equals to total marks is in the J2 cell. Then we have to write down J2 divided by 5 because we are thinking that the total marks are 500, 90%. Take 7 divided by 5. Divided by 5. Now, if we want to get a idea about whether this is pass or fail, a student is a pass or fail, then we have to use the logical formula. If condition, we have to find out the if condition. Now, pass or fail. Here I apply the logical
फाइल
if.
प्रोसेस के अंदर है ये क्या क्या आने वीक में बताऊंगा
Please
सारा
mute
फाइल
yourself.
डॉक्यूमेंट प्रोसेस के अंदर है
Am I audible and my screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If I want to find out if the marks is greater than 50%, then the student is pass. And if the marks or percentage is less than 50%, then the student is fail. Then the logical test is what? What should I have to do? K2, the cell address is K2. K2 is greater than 50. If this condition is true, then what is the value for that? If K2 is greater than 50, meaning that if the marks or percentage of the student is greater than 50, then what is the value for that I have to write down? Pass. Otherwise, the student is fail. Otherwise, the student is fail. Then it will display pass. Is this clear? How we can use logical formula if the student is having greater than 50%, the student is pass. Otherwise, student is fail. Now you can see if the student marks is less than 50%, that is 39.8% marks, then we call it a fail. Here we can use logical formula. We have a different formulas. Financial formulas are also there. Logical formulas are also there. Logical and, or, not, if, like this. We have these values. And if I want to apply and operator, we can apply that also. If we want to find out average or more functions we have with it. Statistical formulas are there for data analysis. We have a statistical formulas, average, count. Suppose that I want to count a number of values, then we can use here. It will display the values. How many values are there? E2 to F2. If I want to find out the correlation, we can also find out the correlation within the variables. All the statistical formulas are here. Whatever statistical formula we require, all these are in the statistical functions. If we want to find out the or use the engineering formulas, we can use from here. Here we have some mathematical formulas. Suppose that I write down here minus 45. Then I want to use absolute value. Number is, suppose that I write down here 56. Then its absolute value is 56. I have given minus 56, but the result is 56. Now you can see here, I applied that. Minus 23. Then it will give us the result. Minus 45 plus 23, that is equals to 22. Minus 22. Like this, we have a number of formulas within Excel. That's why we use Excel. In Excel, we have a number of formulas, like text formulas are also there, and we have a financial formulas, logical formulas are there. Here we have sorting and filtering. Sorting, if we want to sort the data according to their marks or according to their date of birth. Suppose that I want to sort the data according to their date of birth. You can see the data is arranged according to their date of birth. 2005, 30th April, 2nd April 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9. This is your sorting of data in the form of ascending. Now I want to, according to their roll number, we can sort the data according to their roll number. Now filtering. If I want to apply filter, Suppose that I want to get an values who have, here we have a different values. I just want to know that who have 0 marks, only 0. Then I have to select 0. It will display where the science is filter. We have applied filter on the science. That's why its value is 0. It's only display the value where it's 0. If I select all the values, it will display all the values in the science, whatever we have. Customize sort. Sort by roll number and values or cell color we want to sort, and smallest to largest or largest to smallest. If I want to largest to small, it will increase the this is your basics. Just is there any query up to this? What have we done? Do you want to ask anything? Whatever we have done up to this?
Excuse me, dear
Partners?
participant. It is kind request to all of you. Please keep your mic muted. If you have any question, please only then you can raise your hand and we will permit you to unmute. Otherwise, if you have no question, please keep your mic muted. Thank you.
Dear participants, is there any query up to this?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Relating to the absolute pattern. I don't know how you get there. Yeah.
Absolute. This one.
Yes, yes.
This
I
one.
don't know
Absolute
what
meaning
you
that
mean.
in mathematics, what is the meaning of absolute? If your value is negative, then it will convert into the positive. If it is already positive, then the value is in the positive. Suppose that I have write down minus 23, but I write down the function also, formula also absolute. Absolute meaning that it will return 23, not a minus 23. Then it means that after this becomes equals to minus 45 plus 23, because absolute method will return the positive value whether you have negative value. Here we have a negative value minus 23. Absolute will return the positive value, that is 23. Then minus 23 plus positive 23, it will return minus 22. Absolute value will return the positive value, that is 23. Minus 45 plus 23 is equals to minus 22. Now is this clear or elaborate more?
Yeah. Yeah. Can we use any engineering formula? Example of
Pardon?
any engineering formula.
Okay.
So can we use any example of engineering formula?
Yes, we can use any formula. That is
On
dependent
engineering
upon
parts.
the, okay, if I want to suppose that 5, suppose that I write down the binary value 4 times 1, then it will return 15, because the decimal value of this 4 times 1 is equals to 15. It will return the 15 value, because here we have used binary to decimal, that is the part of the engineering formula. It will convert the binary value into the decimal value. Suppose that I write down, I will explain it again. I write down here 1001. Then what is the value for this? and I want to apply the engineering formula binary to decimal. In G, one, what is the value for that? 9. 9 is the value for that. It will return 9 because the binary value, decimal value of this binary number is 9. It will return that. Like this, we have a number of formulas. Binary to decimal, decimal to octal, we can use. Ceiling and floor. Suppose that I want to use seal method.
Hello, ma.
Yes,
The
sir.
first example you did,
Yes, sir.
that's converting binary to a real number.
Pardon? Binary to decimal?
The binary to decimal number. That's the
Yes.
first example formula you did. So if we have like 0001, so it's going to convert it to the real number, to the decimal number.
If I'm giving here, just a minute, engineering. Binary to decimal, and the value for that is triple times 0 and 1. Are you asking about that?
I just want to confirm the type of formula you used. That's the binary to decimal.
You
I'm
want
okay.
to know about the formula?
Yes, that's what you used now. Converting binary to decimal.
Okay.
Converted into the decimal, whatever value we are giving in the binary format. In the binary format, we have the value zeros and ones. Whatever we write down here, it will automatically convert into the decimal.
Okay, good.
Okay. Any other query?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, I have a question. So my question is, how do we find the percentage of students that scored between 70 to 100 for math subject?
Percentage for?
Yeah, percentage of students that scored between 70 to 100 for mathematics subject.
Mathematics subject. Suppose that within this, we have to find out the greater than. But in this column, you want to find out the students who have greater than 70% marks.
Yes, their percentage. Yeah, greater than
Because
70.
here we have just taken the value from the 100, then same is the percentage. 50, if we have total marks 100 in mathematics and the student obtained 50 marks, then the 50 becomes automatically percentage. Suppose that from the 75, if the student get these marks from the 75, suppose that G3, okay, and divided by 75. After that, we have to multiply it by 100 for getting the percentage. Because we have a, no, that is not possible because the marks is of 80. Then this is the percentage, and conditional formatting we can also use here, as we have done in the starting, greater than 75. If the student is having greater than 70%, then it will be highlighted like this. You want to ask that if the student is getting more than 70%, just 75%, then we have conditional formatting is also there. That is here. Is this clear? You have the same question, whatever I have answered that.
It's not still clear to me actually. Like for the math course specifically, I want to know, the number of students that scored, that is counting, number of students that score marks greater than
Okay, okay. Count the
70.
number of students who got the marks greater
Greater
than
than
70.
Yeah.
Count the number of students who got greater than 70. You want to ask that?
Yes, ma'am, and the percentage.
Okay, okay.
That's the two questions I have.
We have to use count if. We have to use equals to.
Ya lai.
Count if, and we have to define the range G2 to suppose that G10, and the criteria is greater than 75. Six students have greater than 75. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Is this clear? We have to use count if we want to find out the greater than 75% marks. Then we have to use count if formula for that. Is this clear?
Yeah, that is clear. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, the next session will be continued by Dr. Upinder Kaur. Participants, if you have any query, then we can continue.
No, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to the whole team of Math Tech Thinking Foundation for inviting me to give me an opportunity for the same. I am really thankful to all of you. Thank you, moderator. Please call to the mem.
I requested to the moderator, please introduce the speaker, Dr. Upinder Kaur, for the next session.
Just, sir, I want to say something. Participants, thank you so much for listening me. And if you have any query, you can call me at any time or you can mail me. I send the email address here. If you have any query, please don't hesitate to ask me for the query. And I send you here the email address for the same.
Okay, ma'am.
Very good evening. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Sir, actually, I want to say that because there is a
Ma'am, you are audible.
So I'm connecting by my mobile network. So I'm not switching on the video. Otherwise, I'm not able to deliver a valuable lecture. So I will share my screen, but video is not available
No
at the
problem,
moment.
no issue. This is not a big problem.
Okay.
I ask to the moderator, please introduce the next speaker so that session can be restarted.
Yes, now let me introduce to you Dr. Upinder Kaur. She is assistant professor from Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Akar University, Bathinda, India. She has been working as an assistant professor since October 2006, and Dr. Upinder received a PhD degree at Department of Computer Science and Application from Kurukshetra University. She also received a MTech degree in Computer Science and Engineering from Ambala. And I would like Dr. Upinder Kaur to take over the lecture from here.
Thank you, Mr. Jatin, for this warm welcome. So before starting the session, I would like to share my screen. So can I share my screen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here is a written host disable participant screen sharing. So let me allow to share my screen.
May I please check it? You are able to share the screen?
Let me check, sir. Yes. So please confirm my screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am, it's fine.
Okay, okay. So before starting this, I would like to tell brief about the today's session. As in the first session, Dr. Shalu has introduced whatever the fundamentals related to the software Excel. Excel is a very powerful tool nowadays, and with this we can have ample of opportunities in the industry, in the office services also. So in my session, I would like to introduce a tool, a powerful package in the Excel, that is the pivot table. Pivot table is a powerful tool to calculate, summarize, and analyze the data that lets you see comparison pattern trends in your data. So it is a very little bit different depending upon what platform you are running the Excel, because if you are running the Excel in the after the 2019 version, so we have a number of other opportunities or other options that is available in the latest Excel tool. So before starting with this, pivot table is a wonderful tool, and in this we are going to analyze this data in a beautiful manner so that we can generate number of reports from this Excel tool. So first of all, I would like to brief my data. In the sheet number 1, here is a data that I'm going to use for my pivot table. So in this, we have a number of columns: employee ID, date, name, age, item, region, quantity, and sales. So because in Excel, we have number of worksheets and the all data we are going to arrange in the rows and columns. So if we scroll here, so it is a large amount of data. So nobody is interested in analyzing or watching and looking after the values that is written in the Excel in the tabular form. So if you get a what kind of valuable information that can be analyzed further, everybody is interested in that. So here we are going to use this pivot table tool to more and better report formatting in this Excel using this table. So first of all, I think everybody is clear. We have number of columns: employee, date, name, age, item, region, quantity, and sale. And I have approximately 243 columns rows here. So now we are going to make a pivot table here. So first of all, we have an insert menu. In the menu bar, we have file, we have form, and we need to go in the insert menu. And if you go there, you see there is a written pivot table. Is it visible? There is a written pivot table.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is an automated tool. You need not to write any single function here. So what kind of report, what kind of data you want to summarize, you can do in just a few seconds. So it is a really wonderful tool to learn. So first of all, go in the insert menu, then select the pivot table. From this, we have to select the option from table range. So before clicking on this, I need to select a single cell from this entire data set. Click anywhere. Click anywhere within this data set. After that, go to the insert, go to the pivot table, click on the table range. So once you've done this, see here, there is a black boundary that is available outside my data. Is it visible? A black boundary that is highlighting the data. Yes, this is visible.
Yeah, it's
So
visible. It's visible.
yes. So here we have a new dialog window arrive. In this, we have number of options. Select a table or a range that is automatically detected when we have a data in the sheet. So next we have two options. Choose where you want the pivot table to be placed. So we have two options. You have a new worksheet option or you have the existing worksheet option. So because I think most of the participants are in the beginner level, so instead of using the existing worksheet, I choose the option new worksheet because here you are not confusing with the any cell number, any cell address. So it will be automatically all the things. So I'm choosing the option new worksheets. So after that, click on OK. So once you have done these steps, just go on the insert, select the pivot table from the pivot table and click on the new worksheet. This new worksheet will be opened. I think this window is available all of you now. Now you are able to see. Here it is written pivot table. And in the left side, there are pivot table fields. Is this visible? Here I got the option for the pivot table. Both the options are visible.
Yes, ma'am. It's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
fine.
Okay. So now what we are going to do here, let me clear all the drawing. Yes. So see here, we have all the options here. Employee ID, date, age, item. So what are the columns that is available in my data sheet? Now all the options are available here under this pivot table fields. So below this, if you look here, there are four options: filter, rows, columns, and summation values. So it gives us the opportunity, instead of represent your data in this column way, we can also represent data in the row wise also. So we will check out all the options. So what we need to do, we need to analyze our data because this is a data set of an employee and a number of employees are there and who has done number of sales. So we need to summarize how many employees, what are the data items sold by, what are the business they getting into it. So we need to find out this. So first of all, I would select the item. So in my data set, I go for the region. So I click on this region. See here, when I take on this region is available and highlighted in the pivot table area, right? So what I'm going to do now, I am drag down this option to the rows. See here, when I deselected, this option goes. There are a number of ways. You can select this, it is available in the pivot area, or you can drag it here. You can drag it. So here we have two options. See here, in region, I have four regions: East, North, South, and West. So these four regions are available in the row pattern because I have selected this option in the rows area. I have selected this option in the rows area. That's why it is available in the rows format. But if I want to shift this, I drag it to the column area. So see, now the same region is available in the columns instead of rows. It is clear? So what we need to do, these are the fields available here that is available in my data sheet. We need to pick any one and we need to drag it in the rows or in the columns region, depend upon what we need to present in our report. So first of all, what I will do, I will remove this one. And if you want to remove this, there are a number of options. Just deselect it or you can drag it back. So number of ways you can deselect all the options that you have picked for your pivot table. So in the first sheet, what we are going to do, we are analyzing the sales in the region wise. So I'm going to select the region in my column area. I'm going to select the region in my column area. After that, I want to look at the number of sales in the particular region. So what I'm going to do, I'm drag this sale in the summation value. See here, what I did, I drag these sales in the summation value. So I want to inform you that first of all, I have my sheet number 1. Just look at the sheet number 1. Just a minute. This is my sheet number 1. Here is my region area. In the region area, I have 4 options. That's why it's create the 4 columns or the 4 rows. And on the basis of this, we have some quantity and we have some sale figure. So what we are doing, we are analyzing this with the help of pivot table. So with this information, I get that in the East region, we have total number of count sale. Just wait. So I got this result. This is not the entire data set. This is the report that is extracted from my data set. In this, we have 4 regions, and this number 2 depicts that the total sale in the Eastern region is 2. And this number depicts that the total sale in the Northern region is 47. If you want to check the data is correct or not, just double click on this. So you will get a new sheet. See here, employer ID is there, date is there, name is there, age is there. We are getting the count 2 because we have only 2 rows selected in the Eastern region. You can close this sheet and we move back to our sheet. So similarly, we can, yes, we move back to this sheet. Sir, I want to switch my network. Just give me a while.
Pardon, ma'am? Dear participant, please wait a few seconds.
Am I audible? My screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's fine.
Yes, okay. Now think network is better now. So what we are going to do, we are creating just one report. In this, we are getting how many number of regions and what is the count of sale. So where we get this picture, we are summarizing the number of count. If we go for the northern region, just double click on this. See here, we are getting the list of sales in the northern region only. See here, we are getting the list of only the northern region. So here we have 47 count. So if you want to display the total sale instead of the count, because here we are getting the number 2, 47, 48. What are these? These are the total number of sales in the eastern region, in the northern region, in the southern as well as the western. But if I want to check the total amount, what kind of sale, the total amount that we have earned during this sale. So just right click, summarized by value. Instead of count, click on the sum. See, the number is changed now. We are getting 24,000, 2,43,000, similarly like that. I think the change is visible now. So what I did nothing. Yes, sales column is there. What I did, just right click, and here is the option summarized values by. So we have number of options. We can sum up if this, we can count, we can find the average, we can find the minimum value, we can find the maximum value. So if you want to see what is the maximum sale, what is the minimum sale, what is the average amount of sale, so we can go through these options. Whatever the option you choose, you will get the data accordingly that. So if you want to see the total amount of sale as well as the count. Now what we will do, we again drag this sale in the summation value, and we are getting one more column. Here we are getting the count of sale now. Now I'm getting the count of sale. If you also want to see the number of items that is sold in the eastern region, in the northern region, on this so on. So what I'm going to, because what we are selling some items. So we are going to drag this item in the rows region. See here. Now my data is changed. What I get in the eastern region, I get mouse and scanner. So this is total number of sale. And here I get the one is what? One mouse is sold, one scanner is sold. So in the northern, so see here, there are options to explode and collapse. So when I click on this plus, it is expanded. When I re-click on this minus, it is collapse. So we have the option, right click on this, just right click on this. Yes, this, right click on this, you have the option expand and collapse. So if you click on the plus, it expanded all the options. If you click on the minus, it collapsed all the options, right? So here we are getting different items that is sold in this. So what I want to expand it, expanded view. So see here, if you want to see, if you want this entire thing is available in the column instead of rows. So what I need to do, just change this in the region, just drag it here, just drag it here. So see, the now look is changed. We get a northern region, southern region, western, and one more change is there. We are getting the grand total row wise, as well as we are getting the grand total column wise. So we are getting the total number of sales, we are getting the total amount of sale, and we are also getting the information that what are the different items that is sold in which region, total count, with the average amount we get that is from the sale. So this entire information just we are getting by the help of dragging and drop of rows and columns in this region. I think up to this it is clear to all of you. If you want to ask any question. Okay. If you want to check the quantity also.
It's clear from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So if you want the quantity also, you can just uncheck this one. Okay. So till now we are getting the options that how you can organize or getting the report. So we are getting the number of reports. So we can take the printout of this. If you want to do with the control P, if you want to go for the option control P, see here, we are getting the report what we are extracting from our data. So we are getting all the report. We need not to. So pivot table is also securing your original data, because when someone is asking about some of the information that is related to your data, you need not to share your original data sheet. Just go for the pivot table, arrange the number of rows and columns which is asked in the report, and just submit this report only. This certain sheet can be shared. So we need not to share our original data over here. So I think these things are clear to all of you now. So after this, we are doing some other kinds of analysis on the same sheet. So I'm going to deselect all the options. I'm going to deselect all the options. So what I'm going to do now, I'm again taking the items. I'm again taking the items here, region, and the sale. So if I want this information need to be summarized as percentage, because I want to check keyboard is sold in how many percentage in which region. So what, simply just click on any cell, then click on the right click on the mouse, then see here, show values as. The option is what? Show value as. So percentage of the grand total. So what we are getting the information now, the total sale, the all over the data is now converted into the percentage pattern. So everything is filled with the percentage. We also have the ranking option. Ranking, for example, we have rank number 1, rank number 2, rank number 3, and so on. So we can rank smallest to largest, we can rank largest to smaller. If we choose any one, you can select the rank on the basis of what? On the basis of region or on the basis of item, then click on it. See here, this is the ranking, because who has the maximum rank, because we are going to smallest to largest. If we are choosing largest to smaller, so if we are having the highest rank, we are at the top. So with these options, we are getting the number of sales, and we are also ranking it on the basis of the performance here. We can also change it back, shows values, no calculations. So similarly, we are getting the original, that is the previous data we have here. So we want to add some more information. Name of the employee, who will share or whose sale is maximum, and what is the rank of that particular person. See here, in the eastern, northern, western are, so we have keyboard. In the keyboard, we have only one person, that is the Raj Shirawat. In the monitor, we have 4 options. So we can analyze which option is available, and in the mouse we have 4. So in the printer we have 4 options. That's why it is increasing the number of sales, because more number of persons are involved in the printer selling. So in the scanner we have only 1. In the speaker we have more number of persons, so we have more number of sales also there. So these are the different ways. We can also put the name here in the region wise. So here we are getting the person wise detail, in which region, which person, and what item they are going to say. So we can analyze in number of ways. We can analyze in number of ways as per your requirement. You can generate your report as per your requirement. And I also told you, you can change it summarized by value. You can also get the sum. You can also get the count. You can also get the average. Average sale is what? And here I am not getting any formula. We are not applying any formula for the average, for the sum, for the summation. This automatic tool, pivot table, is doing all the things by default because it is designed for this. So it is a better option to organize the report with the help of this, and we are getting whatever we need in our report. So this is the one perspective here. So see here at the top, whenever we are using, I want to hide this one. Yes. So see here in the top, we are having these two menus. I think it is visible. We are having these two menus: pivot, analyze, and design. These two options. So these are the options that is available during the pivot table. So design, first we go for the design. So when I choose the pivot table, and I click on the design, so see here, there are multiple options. We can change any style. See here, we can change any style. We can change our format. We can change our report format, whatever we want. We can change our style. Even we can have banded rows. We can have banded columns. We can have row header. We can have column header. We can change the report layout, whatever the all the things can be done. Auto formatted is done. Everything is available in the design. We need not to change anything. So one more thing is there. See here, there is a grand total available. There is a grand total available, but I don't want to show any grand total. So I can go for this. See here, in the design, see, just give me a minute. In the design option, when you select on this, we have a grand total option. When you click on the grand total, we are having number of options there. Of the rows and column means we are switching off the grand total in the rows as well as the column. Nothing is display on there. Only rows, only columns, and on for both rows and columns. So depending on the option we are going to choose, we are getting this output in the table, grand total. See here, we are getting grand total of rows as well as we are getting the grand total of columns. We don't want these, so we can go this grand total of this. So see here, nothing is shown. No grand total is available in the rows as well as in the column. Depend upon your requirement, you can change out your options. Okay, so we have just done the design tool. We have other option, the pivot analyzer. So in the pivot analyzer, we have this number of options. Before doing this, I want to do some other thing also. So one more thing, we are just using this pivot table fields. So if you I want to drag this email amp ID in this, am I able to do it or not? I want to drag this, am I able to do this or not? I'm not able to do anything here because I am using the automated option, which is not available here. So what I want to change, I want this option available to me. If I want to drag any field to this sheet, this is available to me. So for this, what I need to do, I need to click on this. I need to click on the top of any row, any column, then go in the pivot table option. Is it visible? What I did? Pivot table option. What I choose? Pivot table option. Then go in the display. Then go in the display tab. And here just click on the classic pivot table layout. What you need to do? Click on classic pivot table layout and OK. First I will deselect all the things. Now you will be able to see what is this classic layout. Yes, now it is visible. This classic, drop the report filter field here, drop the column field here, drop the row field here. Now we need not to drag anything here. We will do it directly. Where you want to set your column, just drag here. See here, item, keyboard, monitor, mouse, scanner, speaker, everything is available. If you want to add the quantity, if you want to add the region, so I just drag it here. See here, region wise, we are getting the item detail. If I want to get the sales, so just drag it here. See, I'm not doing anything, no formula at all. We are getting the exact information. So if I want to get the name of the employee ID also, just drag it here. So see here, I get the detail according to the employee ID. If I just want to check the name, I can also check the name wise. See, is it visible to all? So
Yes, ma'am.
one more thing is available. I have at the top filter field here. Now I'm going to drag date here. I'm going to drag date here. See, if I drag date, there is one option available. There is a default filter available to me. Now what I can do, I can select the all data on the basis of some specific date. If I want to look at which particular date I get the maximum sale, at which particular date I get the lowest sale, which person is getting the highest sale, which person is getting the lowest sale, just click on this date. So when I click on this arrow button, whatever the date options available here, we are getting these options. See, if you pick any one, see, select the, if you pick any one and click on the OK, then we are getting the sales of that particular date only. This is auto filter we are getting just because we have the option to drag the date in the filter option there. And if you want to add more than one filter, I also want to add the region as a filter. So I drag this in the filter region. So now I have two filters. So in the region, if I select the east one, so I get the data of the east one. It is not displaying any row because in the eastern region, at particular date, there will be no sale. So we are not getting any results. So if you want to select the multiple, you need to select first multiple, then you will able to select multiple options. Similarly, in the date, go for the select multiple and select the multiple dates, and the data will be shown to you on the basis of the filter you applied here. I think it is clear now. So you have these options. Similarly, what I'm doing here, I'm just drag and drop. I'm just going to drag and drop the options, and my pivot table is working as well. So this is the second option, to design our pivot table. Again, I'm just selecting the row, and you need to select one row. Yes, I'm not, yes, let me try. Pivot table option, display. I deselect this classical pivot table layout and OK. So now these options are available here. If you are not getting this filter table or the other option properties window, if you cross it here, then you have the option. You can go. If you are not having this, window available, just pivot table analyze. At the top, we have the field list. Just click on this, it will be back. So these options are clear to all of you now. So now we are going to have some wonderful thing now. So just wait, I want to change this because I want to show some wonderful things here. Just again, so first of all, I have region, items, deselect. Okay, so I just get back this region. Again, I am creating my pivot table item region. Okay. I want to analyze here like this. Yes. So let me select all. Yes. Select all. Yes. Okay. So I need sales here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm doing some option. I want to select some option. So first of all, you need to go in the pivot table analyzer. Where you need to go? You need to go to the pivot table analyzer. In the pivot table analyzer, just click on here, insert slicer. Let me change the pointer color. Yes, now it is okay. Insert slicer. Once I click on this, see, I'm getting the number of columns I have. I have item, I have sale, I have region. Just click on this. What I get? What I get? I get 3 slicers. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Okay. So what are the benefit of this slicer? Because in this we have less number of rows. If we have data in which we have thousands, numbers, lakhs number of rows, so it is very difficult to go for the filter, select the number of option, then click OK. It is very difficult task. Every time we need to select the filter option. So these slicers do the wonderful job here. So if I want to check the number of sales in the keyboard region, I have this slicer. I just click on the keyboard. See what happened. I get the detail of keyboard only. If I select the monitor, I get the detail of the monitor only. If printer, so I'm not going to select any filter. The job is done with the help of this slicer. I want to select multiple. I can select this option. Go for the multiple now. So if I select this option, Nadran, so it will get the Nadran only. If I get the sales at particular detail, I get the sale only. So these slicers are wonderful options for me. So I want to select all first time. So if you want to have a pictorial vision of the data you are having with this report, just click on Alt F1. I'm going to press Alt F1. Just wait. This is the auto chart. Let me do it again. Because our data is filtered one, so first need to select all. I want my sales count need to be figured. Alt F1. So are you able to see something now? The automatic chart is prepared on the basis of report we have prepared just as a pivot table. So if I click on just printer, so it just select me the sales of the printer in all the regions, east, north, west, and all. If I click on the mouse, it will dynamically change. So we are getting a dynamic chart here. What I did, I just press one key, Alt F1. Once you get the slicer, everything is available at the one click moment. So just you need to click the area where you want to pick up this. You can also select the options here also. Just going to deselect all the things and we are getting a complete chart over here. Just selecting all the items. See. So what we are getting the region wise, all the item sales and the number of count it is going to display here. I think it is good. It is okay. We are getting the details in the tabular as well as the graphical pattern. If you want to change the chart, it is very easy. Just go in the chart option. Just move the chart. You have the chart area, the insert, yes. So you can change any chart type, whatever you want, but I'm not going to change here. You can change any chart type, whatever you want. So this is all the thing is automatically, we are not going to do any options, we are not going to write any formula, we are not going to do anything. This everything is managed by the pivot table tool that is inside this Excel, and it is available in the all versions. Some of the versions are advanced one, which is in the after the 2019 version. And some more thing I want to disclose here. In the pivot table analyze, after the slicer, first of all, I'm going to delete all this, all these slicers. I want to delete all these slicers. So now I'm going to analyze my data on the basis of time series analysis. So I think all of you are aware about something. What is the time series analysis? Time series analysis. Time series. We can analyze time series only when we have some time function with us. Like we have a date function in on our data. If we don't have this feature, we can't analyze the time series analysis. So again, I'm going to analyze my data on the basis of time series. So where I'm going to the pivot table analyzer. In the pivot table analyzer, I'm picking the option that is insert timeline. This option, insert timeline. I'm going to click this one. So it picked automatically the date. So just select it, click on OK. So what we are getting? We are getting the time analyzer tool. It is showing us some of the month, because in the data, whatever the dates are available, we are arranging that only, because in data we have only 2021. So some of the months are available. So just click on or choose any month, you are getting the data. For example, if we are clicking this, if we are clicking on the June, I think is have only the January month data. So I just click on this January. So what I get the data that is in this particular or specific month only. I can also go for the particular dates in this, just days. So if I select the days in the month, I'm getting all the list available with the date. So I can move according to the particular date also. So I can check the number of sales done by any of the persons in the particular day, in the particular month, in the particular year. So we can analyze, or we can perform the time series analysis with no formula, no function, just go with the pivot option, and we need to find out the time slicer. So I think this is a good tool. We can use it. It is okay. This option is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One more thing I want to tell. Again, I'm going to deselect all the option, because I want to get one new mode of data. Just let me check the pivot table fields here. Yes. So first I am deselecting. There is one more option here in the pivot analyzer. Just clear all, clear pivot table. So we are getting nothing now. So here I am going to have age. I'm going to drag this option in the rows, and also item in the columns. Okay. Now I want sales for this. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm selecting this column age. I'm selecting this any value from this age. Yes. I'm going to select any value from this age column, and there is one option group. It is visible, group. I'm clicking on this group option. So when you go for this group option, so see here, there is a starting age and the ending age. So I am selecting the starting age as 11 and the ending age at 100, and group by 10. I click on the OK. What you get here, what is the change available in the data now? We are getting a series here. Age group 11 to 20, age group 21 to 30, age group 31 to 40, and so on. So with this option, we are going to group our data on the basis of we can find out the range also. There's if someone is in the range of 40, so we can find out the maximum sale. So which age group of the persons that is available in the company having the maximum sale. So we can find out, we can give bonus, or we can take any decision on the basis of this kind of data analysis. So I think I have covered number of options that is available in the pivot as well as in the slicer and in timeline view. But more options we have. Okay, so that is all about because Excel is not a very small tool. We have number of options in Excel. We can go for the data analysis, we can go for the data visualization, we can go for the statistic analysis. Everything we can do in any programming tool we can do in the Excel also without any much handling of the programming. So this much time is not enough for this entire set of things that we need to cover. So I have covered one tool here, that is the pivot table. So I have covered all the options that is available in the pivot table. So you can practice it. I will also share my sheet with all of you. So you can go for the number of steps and look at the data, how we analyzed, what are the steps performed here. And if you have any question related to this, you can ask. This is the one data sheet I have done. You can perform this option in any number of data set series where you have some computational things, where you have some data according to the date, month wise, anything you can do. Now I'm open to questions now.
Ma'am, I have very simple question. How important is Excel in data science?
So if I say someone is not interested in a very hardcore programming, so it is a best tool, because just if you are having a very deep knowledge of this Excel, you are getting 50,000 job just this Excel mastery, because Excel is not just a spreadsheet, it is an analytical tool. We can go for the dashboards. I just show, just give me a minute. I just show how Excel can perform, but because less time, I'm not able to show all the things practically. But I just create a vision how the things look like in the Excel. Just give me a minute. So you will understand what I want to see. Just let me reshare my screen. I'm not getting the option. Okay, new share. Yes. So are you able to visualize my screen now? So what is this? This is a dashboard, which can be, which we can do in the Tableau. But here we are doing all these options in the Excel. So we are getting the total profit of the year. We're getting the profit by the sale. We are getting profit by the country, profit by the year. So everything is covered in the Excel. So again, I also have one more thing to show you. Just data analysis. Yes. New share. Yes. So see, sir, there is a total complete data analysis that we can do with the R, we can do with the Python, we can do with the MATLAB. So descriptive statistic is there, regression statistic is there, sampling is there, histogram formation is there, correlation, ANOVA, ANOVA 1. Everything we can perform in the Excel itself with no cost. So it is a very powerful tool. If you have a mastery of this, you have number of skills, you can acquire number of things. Even you can step in the data science field also, if you have knowledge of this Excel. And with this, I have one thing left that I want to share with all of you. If you want to, because we have one master data sheet, I just back to my sheet. I think my sheet is visible, the old sheet that we are working on, the pivot
Yes, ma'am,
table.
it is visible. Yeah, visible.
Yes. Two things I left, I want to cover it now. See, we have this master sheet. If I changed anything here, from east to I put it here west, because my sheet is not saying here. So what I will do, I just go on this pivot table analyzer. Just see here, there is a refresh button. Visible? If you
Yes,
click
ma'am,
on the
visible.
refresh button, whatever the changes that you have made in your database, master database, it is available in your pivot table also. If you have some existing data, you are changing that data and pivot table is already created. If you want to update it, just go on the refresh option. All the changes that you have done in your master sheet is available in the pivot table also. But if you want to add one column, in this master data set, for example, if you want to add the bonus points, so you created one column, but that is not available in this pivot table. If you want to add this column and the number of rows as per this new data insertion you have done is, then what you need to do, just select this pivot table options. Just wait, data. In the first option that we have chosen, just wait. Value field setting. No. We go with the pivot table option, pivot table analyzer, pivot table options. So here we have our pivot table options, and in this, whenever the pivot table is generated, we need just I want to say that when you go for this option, generate pivot table data, the very first option that we have selected, the just wait, sheet number 1. Yes, very first option we have taken the pivot table. From the pivot table range, see here there is a table range option. In this we have selected this cell. If you want to add one column, just select the area again. Just select this area again. This new column is covered here now. After that, you can refresh. Everything is available in your pivot sheet. So these are the two more options that if you have to add any new row or column, it can be reflected in your table. And if you change any data, it can also be reflected in your table. So that's all with the pivot table. So now if you have any queries, any question, any doubt, then you can ask.
Dear participant, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. You can unmute and put your question to the speaker directly, or either you can also put your question in the chat box, or either you can raise your hand.
Good afternoon, Mark.
Yes, good afternoon.
Please, in the sum of cells where we have age.
Sorry, I'm not getting you.
In the column where we have sum of cells under age.
In the column.
Yeah, where we have sum of cell of age.
Mayor sir, I'm not getting his point. Please clear me.
Yeah,
I think
I have also the same from his voice.
I'm not getting his accent.
Yes. Can you please put your question
Write
in the chat box? Yeah, please put your question in the chat box. Yeah. Any more question, please?
Sir, I think someone has raised hand. Want to ask something?
Yes, you can unmute.
Yes.
Selamo, you can unmute.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, Hanji sir.
Just I have one question.
Yes.
How we can link the one sheet with other? For example, when we grade our students, we prepare grade points in one sheet and grade results in one point and the grade sheet on another sheet.
You are asking about ranking option?
No, linking data sheets. It's very with one sheet.
You want to ask for the reference, then we need to add one sheet and reference of other sheet. You are looking for that?
Yes, linking data on one sheet with another sheet.
Okay, but that is not covered in this lecture. So there is a one formula for this. We need to have some reference tag there. In this formula, we have some master sheet and we have some like this reference mark, and after that we need to add the path. I will give you one sample Excel sheet in which I have some master sheet, and collectively we are referencing that Excel sheet in one combined compilation of all the Excel sheets in one file. I will give you sample of that because at the moment I am not having that kind of data, so I can't do it. Otherwise it will give an error. I will give you the sample sheet for this. So you can copy and you can change the sheet number, sheet name. It will work for you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, anyone more want to ask anything related to the session?
Dear participant, we are waiting. If you have any question from your side, you can unmute and ask your question.
So I think no one is having the question.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
My name is Godwin.
Okay.
I want to ask the values in the cells.
Okay.
Must it always be in number or text?
You can have any kind of data. You can have mixed form of data. You can have number, you can have text, because the summation or the counting function is available on the text, on the numeric value also. And you can club the data with the help of this. For example, the keyboard monitor is the text value. The sales, the count is the item count, it is the numerical value. So we have used both of this in data set. So if you are talking about the data set where we are getting data set, you can take any one. The number of CSVs are available in the internet. You can search for the any Excel sheet, and from the insert menu, you can try for the pivot table, try all the options. And I think the recording of this is available with the Meher sir, will be shared to all of you. You can go for this and revise it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Meher sir, can I leave now?
Yeah. Ma'am, your presentation is really very nice. We are using MATLAB, Mathematica, R software, Python is also there. But when you show the statistical testing, like
yes.
Some test like you have shown, regression or
yes.
Some test, I forget the names of the test which you have shown. These are we are using in R programming and other softwares. But I have seen first time in the Excel, all those things we can do easily in Excel.
With no programming, just we need to clarify what is the function, how to use it.
Yes, ma'am. It is very quite simple to use. And I have seen that there is a requirement for the data science or data scientist, data analytic, the requirement of Excel, then other programming like Python or R, along with the SQL.
Yes,
and
SQL.
all these things are very important.
We can combine SQL with Excel also. We have the programming tool with Excel. We have VBA.
Okay.
Yes,
so
that can also be clubbed with the Excel.
Okay. But I am not familiar with much more this Excel. First time I realized the importance of this Excel.
Sir, this is a wonderful tool. It
Yes,
has 3 levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced level.
Yes. After attending today's session, I realized the importance of Excel, because before this session, I never think that this is too much important. And many times I have seen the requirement of Excel for data science, data scientist, data analytic. And after attending this session, I realized the importance of this Excel. And I hope all the participants enjoy this session. And to complete or master over Excel, I think some time is more time is required.
So 1.5 month is required to master
1.5 months. Okay.
Yes.
So I think 2 hours is not much time for
No.
mastering over the Excel.
Yes.
You are right, ma'am.
Because when we are experiencing, so number of errors are there, so people are getting afraid of okay, how to do it, because we need to practice how to put the formula in the right way so that we can use it.
Okay. It is very important.
Yes. Otherwise, error is there, you are not getting the output, and you are fed up of this, what I was doing it.
Okay. So SQL, may I know about the importance of SQL, because I don't know, but I think this is a very core part for the data scientist.
Just wait. I'm showing how SQL is working here. Just let me share my screen here. Just wait. New share. Data validation. Yes. My new screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
My screen is visible. So see here, we are having the queries. We are having the queries. This is not the same sheet. I'm just wait. Let me share. Just wait. Yes. So see here, we are having this data. Screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
We are having this data. This is the SQL query.
Okay.
So we are getting the output here. Here the employee ID 107, and this result is generated by this query.
Okay.
Just this query. So Excel with the SQL, we are getting all the SQL queries on our data item with this VLOOKUP tool. So see here, we have number of sheets and we are having number of queries. We are getting different results. That is from our data set just because of this formula. But we need to learn how to apply this.
Okay, may I know the importance of SQL in data science? Why this is much required?
Sir, you heard about pandas?
Okay.
In Python. Have you heard about pandas?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. This panda tool is just about the SQL. Whatever the function written in the panda, it is the SQL, because whatever we want to analyze from our data, it is in the form of query that is written in the SQL. So we are extracting the information from our database. So this data is just a database. So whatever the query we are building here, we are getting the output from there. So inside this pandas function, SQL is working. Yes. Sir, सिंपल सी बात है, pandas का कोई भी फंक्शन आप चला रहे, फॉर एग्जांपल मर्ज है, ज्वाइन है, behind this the SQL query function is working to extract the information and output from the data. So SQL is everywhere. So whenever we have a query and we need to get the output from the query, we write this function, and the SQL query is beside this pandas function. So in the pandas, in the Python, we have a library pandas. So whatever the function we are using in the pandas, beside this, behind this, the code written in the SQL query.
Okay.
Yes.
Godwin Shani is asking, raise the hand. You can ask the question. Please unmute.
Yes, the question I wanted to ask is what you asked, because I saw that you can call up, you can query the Excel to get a particular information you want, just like you were saying.
Yes, we need to learn
SQL.
VLOOKUP. Yes, we need to learn the VLOOKUP. We need to know how to apply the formula, what is the query, what is the column, and what is the row. We need to find out. Same we are doing in the SQL, because we need to select the selection, we need to select the projection, and once we get the entire data set, we are picking the information on the basis of some condition. Same we are doing in the VLOOKUP, and we are extracting the information from our database on the basis of these queries.
Okay.
So in the Excel, we are having this option in the VLOOKUP.
Okay, thank you very much. And I want to ask, please, could you make the video available for us to go over it and practice?
Sir, that is available with the merchant, sir. So I think he will be better answer for this queue.
Pardon?
Sir, he's asking for the video of this lecture.
Yes, this complete session is live streaming, and the whole is recorded through the YouTube. We will provide you the link on your WhatsApp number, on your email address, and already we have shared the link of the live streaming on your email address. Okay. And also in the coming days, we will organize one more session on this Excel, because this is very useful tool for data science, data analytic. Okay. So I think no more information about the Excel is required, but still we will share the link to provide you on your email address and WhatsApp number.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And also, if you have any query or any question for the future, you can contact us. Our contact number and email address are available on the website. Anytime you can contact us. Now I will ask to now I would like to ask moderator to proceed for the next.
Okay, sir, I want to leave now.
Moderator, please.
Now I would like to request Dr. Meher Chand, President and founder of MathTech Thinking Foundation, to present certificate of appreciation to our honorable resource persons.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time in the session. And we are proudly awarded to a certificate to the speakers, Dr. Upinder Kaur, for his valuable thought in this session. And also the same, we are presenting to Dr. Shalu. Certificate is awarded to Dr. Shalu for his valuable thought in the present session and valuable time. The entire session is really very informative, very useful, and I think the content which are presented in the session are very helping for all the participants from the different places. Thank you, all of you, for providing us this very informative and knowledgeable session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Dr.
you so
Shalu
much, sir.
and Dr. Upinder ma'am, for your valuable time.
Thank you, sir.
Now I would like to request all the participants to fill the feedback form, as it will be helpful for us to improve our organization in the future. And I will request Mr. Jatin Manchanda to please send the feedback form link in the chat.
Yes, please share the feedback form in the chat box so that all the participants can submit their feedback for the future.
Yes, sir.
And during the meantime, also, I would like to ask to all the participants, please open your webcam so that we can take screenshot. Please open webcam. I request to all the participants to open the webcam. There are many participants who did not open still a webcam. Thank you, all of you. Please let me know if feedback form has been shared with the participant. Jatin, is there any more information?
Sir, feedback form is shared.
Okay.
In WhatsApp group and in the chat box of Zoom meeting also.
Yes, they will do. And meanwhile, if there is more information to share, you can do.
Yes, I would like to invite Mehak to proceed further.
I think that's all for the day. I would like to thank Dr. Merchant, President and founder of Method Thinking Foundations, for providing us this wonderful platform for organizing this great event. I would like to say thank you, Dr. Upinder Kaur and Dr. Shalu Gupta, for your sparing time for this wonderful session. And thanks for all the participation for joining us today. Thank you, all of you.
At the end, I congratulate to all the organizers because this event was completely organized by the students and for the student. So I congratulate to the entire team to make this event successful. Thank you, all of you. And now it is time to leave the meeting. Recording link will be shared to all of you on your email address. Thank you, all of you.
Welcome, sir.